Overnight into Tuesday morning, Ukraine faced the largest Russian aerial assault of August. Its air force reported 270 drones and 10 missiles launched in a massive strike that spanned 16 regions. 30 drones and 6 missiles were intercepted, but dozens more struck energy infrastructure across the country, sparking large fires in the Poltava region. Oil refining and gas facilities were hit, continuing a months-long Russian campaign against Ukraine's energy grid. Officials described it as a direct violation of international humanitarian law. This new escalation came as President Volodymyr Zelenskyy met President Donald Trump in Washington, joined by a delegation of European leaders. Their goal? To explore a potential roadmap for peace in a war now in its fourth year. The timing of Russia's largest barrage in weeks raised questions about Moscow's intentions. Was this strike a signal aimed at Washington's talks? Russia, meanwhile, claimed its own air defenses destroyed 23 Ukrainian drones overnight. 13 of those were downed over the Volgograd region. Falling debris ignited fires at an oil refinery and even damaged the roof of a hospital, though officials reported no casualties. These cross-border exchanges underscored how the conflict continues to spread pressure across both nations. The diplomatic stage was no less intense. Trump and Zelenskyy met just days after Trump's face-to-face with Vladimir Putin in Alaska. At that meeting, sources say, Putin rejected an immediate ceasefire and demanded that Ukraine surrender all of Donetsk in exchange for peace. Trump appeared sympathetic to the idea that Ukraine may need to compromise, writing beforehand that Zelenskyy could end the war almost immediately if he chose to. He also reaffirmed his stance that Ukraine would not join NATO and would not regain Crimea, annexed by Russia in 2014. Yet the Washington meetings were notably cordial. Zelenskyy described them as a significant step toward ending the war. European leaders, including Emmanuel Macron and German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, joined the talks, pressing for guarantees that any peace deal must respect Ukraine's sovereignty. Macron expressed skepticism of Putin's intentions, warning that Moscow still seeks to weaken Ukraine permanently. Merz compared Russia's demand for Donetsk to the United States being forced to give up Florida, a metaphor meant to underscore how unrealistic such concessions would be. Despite their differences, Trump, Zelenskyy, and their European partners all endorsed the idea of a direct bilateral meeting between Zelenskyy and Putin, to be followed by a trilateral format involving Trump. The tension between battlefield reality and diplomatic ambition could not be clearer. On the ground, Russia launched more drones and missiles in a single night than in any recent week, striking at Ukraine's vital energy lifelines. In Washington, leaders spoke of peace frameworks, security guarantees, and future summits. One side seeks leverage through destruction, the other seeks an agreement to stop the war from consuming more lives. The coming weeks will reveal whether Moscow's strikes were meant to harden its bargaining position or whether genuine steps toward dialogue can emerge. For Ukraine, Europe, and the United States, the challenge remains the same: ending a war without sacrificing sovereignty and building a peace that lasts longer than a pause between barrages.